So this is BSP, guys. I'm back. Actually have my mic hooked up this time to my DJI, which is nice. I like having my mic hooked up because you can hear me really well. I don't have to yell out in the street, so you can hear me. So I'm just continuing this walk. I'm gonna walk through Azabadai Hills and head on over to Roppongi, because I told you guys I was gonna do that again tonight, because last night it didn't come out too well. So yeah, I'm over here in Toranomon Hills, Station Tower, and like I said, this place is off the chain. And you can see Tokyo Tower from here. If I look over this way, starting to see that. I'm actually going to be angling over to Azabudai Hills Tower, which you should see here in a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's over that way. Let me just see. I just so used to just moving around here. I mean, walking around, that I don't even really look at the map much. I get my bearings right and I'm good. I just see my landmarks and I'm like, okay, I know where I'm at. I'm right there. But I'm going to walk through here and go out to the other side. Go down the back. So you guys can see what's going on. No photography allowed, see? So I got to go down the steps, so I can't go that way. But I got lucky because I came through with pictures or video. So let me go out back, go down the steps here, so I can get to the street and head over to the Azabudai Hills. So, yeah, so I was asking you brothers, and if you can leave it in the comments too, when are you going to be over here? What's your plan to get to Japan? Because I know that a lot of brothers are watching the channel, but, you know, I see people watching the channel, but I'm always wondering, okay, you're interested in Japan, you're watching the channel, but now how are you going to get to Japan? And I mean, you have to have a solid plan. You can't be hoping. The minute I stop hoping, that's when I start living. You know, you don't hope and pray for shit. And that doesn't get you nothing. You have to choose to do it, and you have to make it happen. Because if you sit up there and hope for it, you'll never get it. Yeah, you hope it rains tomorrow. You hope the weather's nice. Those are hopeful things. But you don't hope that you can get to Japan. You have to create that. You have to manage that. You have to make that shit happen. That's what you have to do. So I need to make sure I'm walking in the right spot here. I'll go up this way for a minute. And then I just need to see that Azabudai Hills building, and then I'm good. You can see all the people out here living nice, man, eating well. A lot of foreigners in Tokyo. It is an international city, so you see that. But trust me, brothers, when I was here in the 80s, I didn't come to Tokyo for the first time until 94. But even then, when I was in 94, I didn't see a lot of foreigners eating in those nice-ass restaurants. I saw all Japanese. Now, you see a lot of foreigners. You still see a lot of Japanese because we're in Japan. But you see a lot of foreigners, man, in these restaurants. You know, you still see like the business guys out here and the business dinners and whatnot. You see them in there. But now you see people like us up in there living good, eating well, you know, doing the things that we need to do, you know? So you see that. So I don't get any flack from any foreigners. I mean, why would you? They're here on vacation. I live here. I'm not looking to get into a beef with a foreigner. I'm not looking to get into a beef with nobody. So that rarely happens. You won't be, well, there it is. I know where I'm at now. You won't be running into any kind of issues with people like that. People are usually pretty polite. They're just as curious as you are being in Japan. Normally what you'll find is that you'll be nice. You'll speak to people that you wouldn't normally speak to in your own country. Let's put it that way. You know, like white people will be on the elevator with me and they'll say nice things to me. I'll say cordial. Everything's cordial. I'll say cordial. Oh, good. Oh yeah, it's a nice place. Enjoy yourselves. That kind of thing. And I just move on, go on about my business. In fact, I'll tell you, I always got examples for shit. So one time, my daughter and I were in Toyama because my son had a soccer event, and my wife didn't want my daughter to be out there because she would have been bored. So we didn't want her to have that kind of issue. So what I did was I took her a couple side trips like that, quite a few times, just me and her. And that day it was beautiful. I put her on the train. It was hot outside though, but I put her on the train, and then we jumped on the Shinkansen together, of course, and we went to Toyama. I had a little light stroller because she was too big for baby strollers. I had a light stroller that I had her hooked up in, and we had a good time. So I remember I was pushing the stroller because before we got on the train, I wanted to get me a steak dinner for us. And so here it is. It was so funny because we got in the elevator, and there was this couple in there, American couple. They looked to be about mid-40s, and me and my daughter was in the elevator, and they had time to ask a few questions. They're like, "Oh yeah, I said, yeah, I got the little one out," and they said, "Yeah, we left our kids at home, and we're just out and about." They didn't say where they left them. Maybe they left them in the States. I don't know where they were. And then I said, "Yeah, I got my 12-year-old. I think my son had turned 11. My 11-year-old, he's playing soccer. Me and my daughter just out." He said, "What?" And they said, "What? You live here?" You should have seen the look on their faces, brothers. They were so shocked. They said, "You live here?" I said, Yeah, we live here. Yeah. I just took the Shinkansen down, and me and my daughter just hanging out for the day. Yeah, we live here." Mm-hmm. You know how good that felt? You should have seen the look. And then I looked at them, I said, "Okay, well, you guys have a good night. We're going to go ahead and get us a dinner. And you guys have a good night, man. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your stay in Japan." And that was it. But they were so shocked. They were so shocked. You should have seen the look on their faces, brothers. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it, man. And because there's no military bases in Toyama, right? So they can't say, "Oh, are you in the service?" No, you can't say that. Military guys don't take Shinkansens all over Japan. They ain't got the money for that. So they knew that wasn't the play. But yeah, they were. You see, brothers, I'm serious. You should have seen the look on their faces. They were shocked, man. And I was feeling good too. I was like, "Yeah, that's right. Yep, I live here. I'm here." Because they knew I didn't have to worry about the bullshit. They still had to get their asses on the airplane back to the States. They had to go through fucking customs. I ain't got to go through customs. See? So they knew that shit. So yeah, I'm over here in Tokyo. Walking over to Zabudai. I'm going to show you guys my Zabudai area and Roppongi like last night. Now I'm going to be able to get some good video on this. Like I said, it's a really comfortable night in Tokyo. I could tell it's starting to cool down a little bit, but I'm still feeling good because I'm not too far from where I stay. In fact, guys, it only took me 20 minutes to get from Roppongi to my hotel. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm that close." I could have taken the subway from Toranomon and one stop over to Tamaike Sano, where my station is. But it was such a nice night. I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna walk," because I like walking. So I did take the train tonight though, because I wanted to make sure that I got right where I wanted to go. So that helped a lot. That really helped. I gotta climb up this hill. So heading over to Azabudai Hills here. And look at this view right here. So look at this. So see how all this is all the back view of Toranomon Hills. See? Guys, look at this. Like I said, they got condominiums out here, offices, shops, restaurants, good places to eat, good places to hang out, museums. This is world fucking class, brothers. I'm telling you. This shit is world class. And you'll see trees lit up. I can't wait for the Christmas lights to start happening in Tokyo. A little bit too early. They usually start at around November sometime. And then it's going to be on. But I know for me, my November coming up, I got a lot of family gonna be visiting me in Niigata, Georgia City, coming from Ibaraki, Tokyo, Niigata City, Kanazawa, and my wife has already got we're gonna stay at a ryokan we got reserved in our local, because our city that we live in, we have a lot of onsen and ryokan, like a lot of hot springs and ryokans, because under a lot of the hot springs run under our city. Trust me, I was kind of surprised when they told me that, but yeah, we do. I've been to a couple of them. They feel pretty nice, therapeutic, and the Japanese inns, man, the ryokans are so nice. The food is good. You can sleep well there and everything. In a minute. Shit. My battery on my DJI looks like it's starting to. It was at 59% when I turned it on. But brothers, you know me. I got me a backup. I got my burner, my battery with me that I charged up before I left the room. Now I was going to tell you about those batteries. You got to be real careful with those burners because those mobile chargers, because they had a couple of them happen in Tokyo, man. On the train, there was a fire. Because those things get pretty hot when they're charging up stuff. So what I suggest you do is when you're in your room charging it, make sure you're up. Don't charge it at night when you sleep. Mine's, I don't know why. They must have some cheap shit, because I never had any problems with mine overheating or anything like that. Of course, you never want to drop them, because if you drop them, that could start a fire. And yeah, here I am plugging it in now. So now it's charging up. Sorry if there was a little bit of a strange view. So now it's charging up now. See, because that's what I do. I bring my backups, brother. I bring my backups, man. So yeah, let me know too where you brothers are thinking about moving to in Japan. I know I'm in Tokyo right now, and I mean, before you even tell me, if you ask me, I think the first place for you to get familiar with is Tokyo. So when you first live in Japan, unless your wife or your girlfriend, or your wife actually, could be on a spouse visa, is from a place like my wife outside of Tokyo, then I suggest you move to Tokyo first and get accustomed to this metropolis. Get accustomed to how things are done here. But what you're going to notice though is once you get used to it, when you live in other places in Japan, you are going to appreciate those places even more. And what it is about Tokyo is you'll always be able to come to Tokyo, so you won't miss it as much as you think you will. Some people are like, oh man, no, I gotta have Tokyo. If I ain't got Tokyo, I ain't staying. Well, I get it, trust me, I was that kind of guy before. All I wanted was the big city and the bright lights, 365, 7 days a week, that's all I wanted. But I've learned to appreciate the simple things in life. Look at this is an interesting building. And the peace and tranquility and the quiet. And the fact that I can just walk around and, when I want and not worry about anything. I mean, I don't have to do that here either. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, I can be walking around this city and I'm still good. Here we are getting ready to come up on the Zabudai Hills. I think I'm coming at a different angle because I came from a different way yesterday. But that's okay, it's Tokyo. Oh, this is the Okura Museum of Art over there across the street. That's what that building is. So see, you be walking around, man, and you don't even know what's up. And all of a sudden you say, oh shit, that's Museum of Art. What is that? Oh yeah, I do remember this. I did come this way. So I remember those numbers yesterday. In fact, I crossed the street because you can't walk on this side of the street, I don't think. No, because I gotta walk across the street. So just give me a second. Maybe I can. Oh wait, maybe I can walk on this side of the street, okay. Walk over here until I get to the end of this construction work. Actually, once you're walking inside of here, that's what they want. And then I do got to get out of the street, guys. You get out of the street because there ain't nowhere to walk on that side. I'm not in the mood to get ran over. So, and one thing you'll notice about Tokyo and in Japan in general, they're always building a lot. They'll tear down a nice looking building to create a new project. I've seen them do it. Like this building right here was probably nice, and they'll just it's probably about 15 years old, and they'll tear it down and create something else. That's what they do in Japan, and they're very good brothers. These guys are very, very good at building things. Very good. I mean, look at that. Look at the Morty Tower right there. I mean, the Azabudai Hills Tower. Azabudai Tower. I'll figure out the name of it, but it's the tallest building in Japan. And from right here, it doesn't look like it, but trust me, when you get up on it, you're like, oh, damn. Yeah. I think it's actually that one over there. It's funny because these look the same. Let me get closer. I was at the second tallest. Oh, look at this tower view from here. The tower view looks nice, doesn't it? It's Tokyo Tower. And you'll get a better view once I get into Roppongi. Oh, when I get down the street, you'll see a much better view of it. Yeah, brother, this is majestic, man. It's majestic. Majestic view of the city. As I walk through these safe, clean streets of Tokyo. So tomorrow I'm going to be heading up to Hachioji, a place called Hachioji City. In western Tokyo. I've never been to that part of Tokyo. So I'm going to be heading up there tomorrow because my son said that he's going to go contingent on his test scores. He just took some tests in school, and his godparents said if you do well, we're going to bring you to Tokyo and take you around those places. So he's really getting excited about it. So I told him, I said, okay, I'll stop in Hachioji so I can tell you what it's about. And then, because I know they're going to take him to Hachioji too, so I wanted to get there before he got there so I can say, hey, yeah, I know what you mean. You know, so I'll be there tomorrow. I'll get up and, like I got up this morning, I actually ate breakfast in my room. What I tend to do is I'll buy like fruits, some veggies, some wheat bread, and I didn't have tea this morning, but I may make me some tea. And then, and just some soy milk, almond milk, and that was it. That was my breakfast. And then I went over to Tsukuba. So I may do the same thing tomorrow. It depends. I am gonna. Oh, here's the Swedish Embassy. Isn't that something? The Swedish Embassy. Damn. Interesting. Got a nice little location here. Yeah, and one thing about this area is they have a lot of embassies around here. That's why Roppongi is so popular and so loaded with foreigners, because they have a lot of the embassies are around here. So that's what's up. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is nice, brothers. I wish y'all was out here with me hanging out, man. Because this is a nice place. I know Soul Shader will be here in January, so we'll be hanging out a lot. So to cut back down here. It's Abazai Hills Way. So you see a lot of Mercedeses and Porsches and Ferraris in Tokyo too, of course, because this is where all the money's at. And Osaka too, Kobe. I saw some up in Sapporo. A lot of major cities, Fukuoka, Nagoya. They got a lot of nice wheels, man. I even see them out here in Georgia where I live too. You know, where I see a lot of Mercedes-Benzes out here. Mercedes-Benz is actually the #1 foreign car sales. The Arc Hills. Huh. They're the number one phone. Whoa, was that an accident? Oh no. Number one foreign car. The most popular, I'm sorry, foreign car in Japan is Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, but it's got all kinds of stuff happening. Actually, there it is right there. That's it. The Zabudai Hills Tower. It's the tallest building in Japan. Yeah. It's a nice walk, brother. It's a nice walk. I'm just walking around so you guys can kind of see what this looks like. I'm glad I got this whole setup tonight. Got my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera with me now that I'm using, which I'll have to upload it when I get back to the hotel. I don't know how long it'll take me to upload with the internet slow as shit, man. Usually when I'm away from home, it takes a long ass time to upload my videos. Like sometimes it'll take 2 damn days, or you know, before it was worse. It's still a little bit better, but one time it took me like a damn near week and it still wasn't uploaded. So I had to download, I had to cancel it and just go back and do another re-upload. And then it did it faster. So that's what's up. You see where I'm at here as I walk down. Yeah, around here, yeah. A lot of nice condominiums, man. Like I said, just imagine you living around here and they do it nice too, man. These condos are comfortable, brothers. They don't mess around. They ain't just slapping shit together. They're very comfortable. You know, you walk in, the door chimes that sound nice, and all of that stuff. It sounds really nice, brothers. Really nice. You know. I mean, you know, people ringing your bell. Ding. Some of these places got doormen downstairs, and it just depends on what you want. Depends on what you want. Don't let me get up here and buy a condo, because I'm going all out. There's that Tokyo Tower. Oh, this is a nice view right here. There's a nice view of Tokyo Tower from here. A nice view. Really nice view. Look at that, guys. So it's like the backside of Azabudai Hills. So I can kind of go around the back and I'll be around there. That's what this is. The backside. Because I was walking from up there, but I made the turn into Azabudai Hills. But this time, I'm kind of going around it to get to Roppongi. And you'll see you see a lot of people from China, man, owning these condominiums too, living large. I mean, these people come over here, they pay cash for these condos, man. They buying these condos cash, living large, big time, buying them cash. They buy Ferraris cash. They buy Porsches cash. Mercedes-Benz cash. I should sound almost like me. You know, I bought my Land Cruiser cash. I bought my box cash. Hey, look, there it is. That's the one right there. So that's the tallest building. Yeah, here we go. This is the one. I thought so. The other ones are a little bit taller. This is the tallest building in Japan. Azabudai. Man, this is nice, man. It's really nice, brothers. I can't stress this enough. This is nice. So, yeah, I can't talk my wife into buying a condominium in Tokyo, though. But you know, my wife is pretty funny, man, because, you know, I pretty much persuaded her to do damn near everything. Because at first she didn't want to move back to Japan a few years ago. She was adamant on staying in the U.S. But I just was patient. I said, yeah, well, baby, watch, shit's going to change. And it did. And she started to realize, oh, wait a minute, this ain't necessarily the best place in the world for me and my family. So I convinced her to leave and move over to Japan. And now here she is. We are living in Japan. So she's takes some convincing, but most of the time, she's always agreeing with me. Yep, she agrees with me most of the time. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut through this way and head over to Roppongi. She'll be able to see Roppongi. And then I may stop this upload video and then get back on the live video from a spot in Roppongi where I don't have to move, you know what I'm saying? That way I can keep the internet going. Yeah. So, one thing that I was going to tell you guys about Japan, only 50% of the landlords will rent to you. So when you get here, you're going to have to use a third party. Like you want to do like Leo Palace or like some other agency. Pitato House is one that we used. I mean, they would have rented to my wife, but still, you know, it's still a challenge if you're married to a Japanese and you're a Japanese married to a non-Japanese. That does present a challenge when it comes to renting a place. So just be aware of that when you come over and you think it's hard to find a place, because it will be. I said 50% of landlords like, nah, we don't want you here. Because the reason why they don't is not because skin color or nothing like that. It's because they believe that you don't know how things run in Japan. And the last thing Japanese people want is to have any kind of problem with anybody, another human being, that they can't solve. And they feel like with foreigners, it's very difficult when you're dealing with foreigners, and they don't want that. See? So that's the reason. It is not because of, oh, they don't like me because I'm black. No, that ain't it. Because they treat every foreigner the same way. That's why most of the time you have to use a third party to rent a place. So I was here last night. Look at this. I came from inside, but this time I came from outside. And there's a Tokyo Tower. Yeah, so that's a really nice view of Tokyo Tower. Roppongi's there's the other opposite way, so I'm gonna head toward Roppongi, so you guys can see something about that. I might just go straight up to Midtown tonight instead of last night. I went up to Mori Tower, but I think I might just walk straight down to Midtown, Tokyo Midtown. In fact, my hotel is on that side. It's not too far from Midtown, so it's sort of almost like I'll be on my way back to my hotel. I don't even know what time it is. What time is the night? Oh, it's almost 9. So it's still, the night's still pretty young. I thought it was almost 10, it's almost 9. So it's going to be still pretty lively out here tonight. And it's Friday night too, so. Ooh, you guys just got a nice Lamborghini, a purple Lambo. I just drove by, you probably caught it on the video. You can hear it. I saw Western guy driving a Lamborghini maybe the year before last? Oh no, last year. He was driving a Lambo down the Roppongi Boulevard. I was like, damn. I think he was renting it though. You can rent those cars too. Imagine you throwing all your money into a rental in Japan. Why not just buy it? But actually, there's Ferrari right there, so maybe he probably worked at the dealership because he was driving it. You know, they hire foreigners at those dealerships too. So I'm not a Ferrari guy. I'm a Porsche guy. I'm gonna spend that kind of money on Mercedes, Porsche, Mercedes. That Mercedes Benz is nice. It's got the GT, AMG GT. Man, that motherfucker is nice. I'm thinking about the AMG GT 43. Or like I said, the Crown Sport. So we'll figure that out here in a little bit. See me, I like power, man, in my cars. I like power. So and comfort, power and comfort and convenience. That's what I like. And I love the smell of that leather. You know when you're getting the nice ass wheels, man. Like my Mercedes was nice, man. The Porsche, they had that leather, man. It was especially in Mercedes, man. Damn, that was some good ass leather too, man. It was nice, smelling all good, all supple. You know, the Audi A6. I remember my first luxury car I ever drove was an Audi A6. I was selling cars in Hawaii, and I was at a Ford dealership actually, and he wanted a new. And this guy, he had an obsession with vehicles. They said he would change a vehicle out every 6 months. And he came in the dealership that day, he drove his A6 in, and he picked out a Ford F-150. And we said, okay, well, we're going to do an appraisal on your A6. So what they did, they said, hey, drive him in his A6. Or no, they had him drive his A6 back to his office, and then I had to drive it back to the dealership. And trust me, brothers, that was 2001, and that was right when the new A6 body style had come out. That motherfucker was nice. The leather was nice. It felt good. It smelled good. Because he only had the car for a few months. I mean, he didn't have 1,000 miles in that car when he traded it in. And trust me, it sat down in the dealership for quite a few months. And I used to go down there. It was at, like, we had a couple branches. And I remember I used to go down to that other branch down there every day just to sit in their car and dream about driving an Audi. Next thing you know, 3 months later, I'm selling brand new Audis. Because one of my friends told me about it. He was over there selling Audis. He said, hey man, you need to come over here. And he introduced me to the sales manager. And they hired me and this young girl, this young pretty girl. She was Japanese Hawaiian, pretty. She was beautiful, man. But you know, she was so stuck up because she had this boyfriend that was all over her. But he was so possessive of her. Her name was Julie Koide, man. She was beautiful. But now I'm talking about the story. So we both, I think she started like a week before me. We were both green. We only had 4 salesmen. And the guy that had told me about the job, I didn't know, but he wasn't really doing too well. So he left and went somewhere else. And so the sales manager trained me and Julie, and then I wasn't really that good because I was just starting. I mean, I was only in the car business like 4 months, and I'm like, damn, I'm still new. He said he taught me everything. He taught me how to sell. He taught me how to show the customer stuff, and he was a good salesman. And next, you know, I started selling cars, and you know, I was a little bit intimidated because I'm like, okay, shit, I'm selling these high-ass cars, but people had that money though. And I remember when I got, because Julie got her demo, because you know they said if you sell enough cars, you'll get a demo. So Julie got the demo. That's when the Audi TT came out in 2000, I think. She had 2001, and she had a denim blue 180. They had 2 engine types. They had a 225 horsepower and a 180. And she got the demo. She started selling. And so I wasn't doing as well yet, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get my demo. And then one day, well, this one lady came in, and I had sold a car early that day, and you know, I was on the streak, and she comes in, man, and she was interested in the convertible version of the TT. Her and her husband, and she had a good job too. She's making good money, and so I gave him the keys. I said, all right, go out and drive it and let me know what you think. And she gets back, man, about 30 minutes later, she says, I want this car, but I don't want the payments. And so I was like, well, what kind of payments? I mean, what are you thinking you're gonna have to pay for? She said, I'm not paying no $800 a month for this car. I said, well, you know, I don't know, let me see what I can do. And by that time I was really good, man. I was getting really good at closing deals. So I said, I'll tell you what. I said, what if we can get you in a comfortable zone, a comfort zone? Will you be more interested in tying this? Because I can get you, look, you can be driving this car home in about an hour or so. She said, oh, really? I said, yeah. So she said she didn't want no $800 a month payment. So I went back and I got numbers. I knew it wasn't gonna be $800. I went back and came back with numbers. I think the payment I came back was like $750. And she's like, oh, I said 800, but you know, that's still a little bit too much for me. You know, I said, all right, let me see what I can do. So I went back and I came back, man, and I shook her hand. I said, hey, congratulations. I got you $725 a month. Man, she was salivating. I mean, if she didn't have any panties on, she'd be dripping. She was like, okay, I'll take it, I'll take it, I'll take it. So I sold her a car. That was my first 2-car deal at Audi. And then they had already fired, my sales manager got fired, man, because the whole store wasn't selling as much. Instead of him letting us go, he stayed in and he got fired because he believed in us. So like the big guy came down from the, because it was a wholesale dealership. They sold Chevys and Mazdas too, and the guy owned the Audi and Ferraris and whatnot. I mean, he sold them too. So I remember the guy coming down. This guy named was Ken. He was from Jersey, and he was like the vice president of the company. And this brother was mean. I mean, he was a hard ass brother. He was about an anger strike away from having a fucking heart attack, but he was some mean East Coast motherfucker. And so, but me, I was East Coast too. So I was like, hey, I just went up to him, say, Ken, hey man, I sold 2 cars today, brother. And I remember Daryl telling me if I get 2 cars out the way, I can get my demo. He said, all right, go ahead and do it up, because that means there's another car deal for him. I said, all right. So I did my own paperwork up, ran my credit score, got my payments the way I wanted, made up my own payments, you know, and shit, I had my daggone bright AMOLED red TT 225 demo. Yep, had my demo. I leased it for 39 months. And that motherfucker drove like a charm until I chipped it about the 6 months before I was going to return it. The dealership had talked me into chipping it. And for some reason, it wasn't driving, like the power wasn't really good after. I guess they had messed the chip up or something. But it was nice though, man. It was nice getting in that car. That leather, the aluminum in there was nice. So since then I was hooked. And I remember when I was before I left Hawaii, I had ordered me a Porsche Boxster S. Guys, I shit you not. I got to Hawaii in 2001, and I had never seen a Boxster before. I seen this Boxster. I went to a dealership, a Porsche dealership, and I seen the Boxster. I was like, oh my God, I gotta have this car. I didn't even have a job yet. I did not know how I was gonna get that car, but I saw myself driving it. 4 years later, I'm getting a car like that, custom built, and I'm getting the Boxster S. And that was my next car after my TT. See? So brothers, you gotta think this shit into existence. You gotta always believe in yourself. You gotta be confident in your abilities, and you gotta know that that's what you're gonna fucking get. If you choose to get it, you're gonna get it. I didn't hope for it. I didn't pray for it. I just said, fuck it, I'm getting it. And 4 years later, I was driving that motherfucker up to Canada when I just picked it up. See? So that's my story with that. So I'm in Roppongi right now. And I'm gonna grab a spot so I can talk to you brothers. After everybody passed by, a lot of people up in here, man, at night, man, brothers, there's a lot. Look at all these people here tonight. There's a lot of people here tonight, brothers. A lot of people here tonight. I mean, this motherfucker's busy. Damn, this is a big fucking difference from last night. Ooh, shit, y'all gotta come out this bitch. Look at this. Damn, like a little girl from Middle East or something walking down the street. Little legs up in there. Hey, I was gonna tell you, brothers, by the way, so me and my friends were out here last a year, like damn near like November ago, and we ran into this restaurant, ran into these girls from Israel. They were with their dad or whatever, and the boyfriend, and one was single, one was married, and yeah, man, they were beautiful too, man. Israeli girls. I was like, God damn, Israeli. Where y'all from? They said, I'm from Tel Aviv, and I'm from, some other place, Haifa. Yeah, Haifa. They were from Haifa. And we was telling them how we felt sorry for them you know, with the Hamas thing and the hostage situation. And they said, yeah, it's pretty rough in Israel, but yeah, man, they were nice too, man. One girl had beautiful eyes. I mean, she had some piercing, beautiful eyes. Yeah, so you get to meet all kind of people out here. If you're willing to talk and hang out, man, you get to meet all kind of people out in this bitch. Trust me. Trust me. One thing too you'll see in Roppongi is you'll see a lot of the African brothers out here giving out these little cards so you can get into the club. You gotta be careful of those though, because you walk in there, man, you end up walking out spending way too much money than you thought you was gonna spend. And the funny thing about that, the ironic thing is that one of my daughter's classmates' mom is her class, because my daughter being mixed in black, and she has another little girl in her same class that's also mixed in black, and she's 4 years old. My daughter will be 4 here pretty soon. Her dad, the little girl's dad, and they have a son that's a little bit younger than my boy. But the mom lives in Joetsu City because she's from there, and but their dad works in Tokyo at one of these clubs. He's giving out stuff, so they're struggling, man, big time. I mean, big time, you know. So, yeah. So he's one of those guys, man. Somewhere around here, I don't know. They told me the name of the club. I run into him, I might say what's up. So. Yeah, man, you can see they're out here tonight, brothers. They're out here tonight. Friday night in Roppongi. All I can ask myself is, what did I do? What did I do, man? What's up with this mezzo? I hope my Tigers make it. I haven't watched Japanese baseball all year. I usually try to watch it, but I've been paying so much attention to my Dodgers, baby. My Dodgers are up 3-0, getting ready to roll into another World Series. And you know the Dodgers are going to win another one, too. They just look too strong, brothers. The Dodgers are looking too strong. Look at this. Showing on that leg. Damn, trying to get a brother killed out here? You know how it is, man. We look at him, we stare, and we check him out. And you remember back in the day, the old school brothers, man. We see him like, oh, man, girl, cover yourself, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? You know, because they're already doing something to us right there out there, dressing all nice. Like, damn, why you got this on? Girl, you got, oh my God, you got way too much on. You're showing way too much. Oh, look at this Mercedes, guys. Oh, man, look at this Mercedes. Oh, that's that's a CLA 53. No, not that one. No. It's got to be. It's an AMG, but no. That's not the one, brothers. That's not the one. No. That ain't the one. This girl right here, she's a little bit too thick for the brother. She walking around, looking around. That's Kardashian right there, man. That's what Kardashian is. Let me stop, man. I'm talking like you brothers are here with me. Because you know, if we was all hanging out here, man, we'd be laughing our asses off, talking. They're like, oh, man, be holding brothers back. Brothers be like, wait a minute, obviously, no, man, wait a minute, what you doing? You need to chill. No, yeah, you do. You need to chill. There's a brother out here tonight, man. He's out. They got the security guys out here helping out people, man. What up, bro? What's up? Take it easy, man. You're doing that thing, man. So, yeah, I'm up here. This is, like I said, guys, this is Alman, and this is Roppongi Central. Roppongi Central right here. So I'll let you guys take this all in for a minute before I find the spot. Midtown's just on the other side, so when I get to Midtown, that's when we get back on live. I was trying to hook my video up this DJI up to my live stream, so I could just, because it was so good if you can get this to live stream, but it kept wanting Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi was pretty weak around where I was at in Tsukuba, so I'm like, shit, this ain't gonna work. Oh my God, look at this girl. Guys, don't even look at that. Oh, the boots and the, no, girl, no, you don't do that. You do not do that. You do not, look at, oh my God, you don't, no. This Tokyo Brothers a 10. Again and again and again. Trust me. There's 10s all over the place. What you'll get though is you'll get these South Korean girls out here trying to garb. They look nice, man, when they're young. But they don't hold up well enough as Japanese. They got a lot of plastic surgery too. I got nothing against the South Koreans, man. I done slept with a lot of them. And they are some beautiful girls too, but they need to stop changing up their faces because they're already pretty. But they want to look like a certain look. They want that doll baby look or some shit. Plastic this, plastic that, and that doesn't do it for me. I like the natural look, brothers. I like the natural look. The thin eyes, if they got thin eyes, I don't give a shit. I like the natural look. You know, so that's what I like. So, yeah. So, girls out there waving. So there's Midtown coming up. Oh, when you see these guys on the bicycles, by the way, they cannot hit you. They will lose their license, brothers. And a lot of these immigrants over here depend on delivering goods with their driver's license. See, they cannot fuck around. So they gotta be real careful. Real careful. So I'm about ready to oh shit, what's this? I remember this platform right there in front of, this is new, that's a new subway top right there because they didn't have that before in front of Midtown. You had to walk down the steps, now they got the cover. And by the way, they're going to be extending the line. The Oedo line is going to be extended 4 stations. And they said that it's going to be completed in 2040. So, because Tokyo's getting so much money from the travelers, so the commuters and whatnot, so they can afford to extend their subway lines. So the Oedo line will be extended. And if you know anything about that line, that's the one that goes to Nishi Shinjuku, to Tochomai, because that was my station up in Shinjuku. Whenever I stay in Shinjuku, I use that one, or I use Nishi Shinjuku station on the Marunouchi line. So, but yeah, brothers, here we are right here in Tokyo Midtown. This honey over here in the red shirt with the jeans on. Just peeked over at brother. You know how it works. You know, I just walk out, man, like I do. I walk real quick, man. You should see me when I'm not filming. Got my buds in, man. My music going. Oh, I'm on fire. You know. I'm on fire, man. So it's 9 o'clock. Shopping mall area should be closing. But I'm just going to be over here hanging out doing this live video from Tokyo Midtown. So just almost there. Let's see. I'm kind of glad I did this video because I was just kind of walking and talking so you guys can kind of see mainly where I'm going and what it looks like. But this is it. Tokyo Midtown, brothers, and here's where it's at, right in here. See? It's like the Toranomon Hills. This is another world-class setup. Trust me, they got some nice restaurants and stuff up in there. My wife and I ate up in there quite a few times. I ate up in there with DT, with Mufasa. We were up in there chilling like a bunch of villains up in here. In fact, Mufasa took me to lunch over there when we went to Midtown. So that was nice, man. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I'm going to get back live from Midtown. I think I see a seat. I can kind of sit on the bench and show you guys what's going on here in Midtown, brothers. Look at this place, brothers. It's Tokyo Midtown. World class.